Let's recreate this while I tell you guys a story. I don't even know how to begin explaining this because it still feels unreal when I think about it. It's the kind of thing you hear about in whispers or see in movies, not something that happens inside your own home. I'm only 19 with a 4-month-old baby who depends on me for everything. The father walked away and denied the child completely. And even though that broke me, I pushed through because I had no choice. My baby became my reason to stay strong, my reason to wake up every day and keep going. Last night, something shifted in a way I can't undo. I woke up in the middle of the night feeling thirsty and got out of bed to get water from the kitchen. The house was quiet, the kind of silence that usually feels normal, but this time it felt heavy. As I walked down the passage, I noticed the small window ahead was slightly open, and I headed towards it before going to the kitchen. Everything felt ordinary until I reached my parents' bedroom door. That's when I heard their voices. It wasn't a normal conversation. The tone was tense, low, and sharp, like they were arguing but trying to keep it contained. Something about it made me slow down without even thinking. I didn't plan to listen, but I stopped right there in the passage, frozen in its place. At first, the words were unclear, just fragments of frustration and raised voices, but then I heard my name. The moment my name came up, everything inside me went still. I focused harder, trying to make sense of what they were saying. There was no warmth in their voice, no concern, no care. It sounded like they were discussing a problem, not a person. Then I heard them talking about money, specifically insurance money, and I tried to convince myself I was misunderstanding. I told myself to walk away, to ignore it, but my body refused to move. Then I heard it clearly, and there was no way to explain it. They were talking about a plan to end my life and make it look like an accident. The way they spoke about it was calm, almost casual, like it was something they had already accepted. I felt my body go cold, my heart pounding so loudly. I was scared they would hear me outside the door. In that moment, I didn't feel like their child. I felt like something they had already decided to lose. What disturbed me even more was the way they mentioned things I couldn't fully understand. He spoke about traditional practices, about something being prepared, and the tone changed in a way that made it feel darker than just a plan. It felt like there was something deeper involved, something beyond what I could explain. I stood there longer than I should have, trying to process what I was hearing until fear forced me to move away. Since that moment, nothing has felt the same. Today, I acted like everything was normal. I greeted them, sat with them, and responded when they spoke to me. But inside, I was not the same person. Every interaction felt different, like I was pretending in front of strangers instead of my own parents. I watched everything carefully. The way they looked at me, the way they spoke, searching for signs of what I heard. Now, every small thing feels like a threat. If they call me, I hesitate before answering. If they offer me food, I question it silently. If they suggest I go somewhere, my mind immediately starts imagining danger. The fear is constant, sitting in my chest and growing heavier with every hour that passes. I can't relax, not even for a second, because I don't know when or how whatever they planned could happen. Then I look at my baby and everything becomes even more real. It's not just my life anymore. That child needs me, depends on me completely, and I am the only protection my baby has. That thought is the only thing that keeps me from breaking down completely. It gives me strength, but it also adds pressure because I know I can't afford to make the wrong move. I've thought about confronting them, but I don't even know how to start that conversation without putting myself in more danger. I have no proof, only what I heard in the dark. I've thought about living quietly, disappearing before anything happens, but even that doesn't feel safe. A part of me fears that whatever they started might not depend on me being in this house. I feel trapped in a place that is supposed to be safe. If I tell anyone, it will sound unbelievable, like something made up. I keep replaying that moment in my mind, hoping I misunderstood, hoping there's another explanation. But deep down, I know exactly what I heard, and that truth is something I can't escape from. Home doesn't feel like home anymore. It feels like a place I need to run from, not just for my own safety, but for my child's life. I don't know what to do next, but I know I can't ignore this because what I heard changed everything.